These are the reasons why South Africa is considered by many a capital country of Africa. And y'all might come for me in the comments because I have done a video about this in the past, but I'm here for it. And this is what we do. We share information on what it's like to live and do business here on the continent of Africa. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Ashley, and on my channel, that is exactly what I share. My experience of living and doing business here on the continent, as well as moving around the continent. I've been to several countries, lived in two, specifically Tanzania and South Africa. And in this video, I want to talk about why many people are considering South Africa as one of the capitals of Africa, but more so why it is such a desirable destination for people globally, but also here in the diaspora. So welcome back. If you're not new to the channel, be sure to like this video, share it with someone who finds value, and subscribe. Subscribe. So let's talk about the reasons why South Africa is considered the capital of Africa. And so for people that have a desire to move to the continent, many people are choosing countries for different reasons. And why I chose South Africa might be different from why someone chooses Ghana, from why someone chooses Nairobi, Kenya. But guess what? What's beautiful is that we have the choice, we have the luxury of choice, and we could do that. Okay, so I'm just going to give you some insight into why South Africa is such a desirable destination for so many, and some will consider it a capital country of the continent of Africa, right? So we know that the continent is a continent. It is not a country. And so it can't be a capital, right? South Africa can't be a capital because it is a country. But when people think about the most developed places that they want to relocate or do business, that's what they think of, capital, right? Because they think infrastructure, they think policy, they think, logistics, all of those things and more are reasons why people might consider South Africa as a capital country. But in this video, I'm going to talk about the reasons why I think one might consider it. All right, so let's jump right in. Well, I said it. South Africa is the most developed country here on the continent. What does that mean? What does that look like? Well, it looks like infrastructure similar to what we're familiar of in the West, right? So buildings, roads, fiber Wi-Fi, electricity, water, solar, right? Leisure, shopping, accommodations. You're gonna get all of that and so much more in South Africa as the most developed country here on the continent, right? There are several developed smaller cities all over this country that have highways, byways, roads that lead you to them, no matter how despicable they might look. And it was so interesting riding from Johannesburg to Msinga, KZN. We drove through Free State, and the roads looked different as we approached KZN, but the roads were still there. Now, were they well maintained? That is to be discussed at a later date and offline, but there were roads. And coming from some underdeveloped countries where the roads are just dirt, that's development and that's infrastructure. Even though some of the infrastructure is not necessarily everywhere, countrywide up to par where it can be and eventually will be, the development is here, and South Africa is the most developed country, making it a very desirable location to live and do business. The next thing, and one of the reasons why I personally relocated to South Africa, was because it is the launch pad for global and continental business. So people are coming to South Africa to engage in global business, not just intracontinentally, which does matter because it is a destination for intracontinental conversations around Africa trade, Africa, economic alliances, and the global, right? It is the launch pad for that. So some of the events that happen here are the biggest in the world. When we talk about mining in Daba, we talk about the tourism in Daba, we talk about agriculture, and trade. These are some of the biggest global events that are happening here in the country of South Africa. And it is essentially the place where if you want to do business on the continent or anywhere in the world, you can get it done here in South Africa and find the resources and the support network to make it happen. Maybe not as efficiently and as quick as you might in the West, but it is a place where these process and procedures are happening and are available for you if you are a person who knows how to find and get to work, right? The next thing, there are people from all over the world here. So you've got different languages, you've got different cultures, you've got different religions, food, music from everywhere in the world, literally everywhere. I couldn't imagine that I would be in the village of South Africa having a dance party, listening to Fela Kuti, Beyonce, Rihanna, Jay-Z, Johnny Gill, New Edition, like, and all of the things, right? That's just my experience of experiencing American culture that is here in South Africa, but everything from Chinese to Brazilian. I mean, there's a China town, there's a China mall, there's amazing Chinese food, Korean, Japanese, Italian, Turkish, Brazilian, Jamaican, Ghanaian, Nigerian, Tanzanian, like Australian people, and the cultures of those communities is all present. It's all accessible and available here in South Africa. And if you love that, you're gonna love South Africa. And it's why the vision of this country it's called the Rainbow Nation, Ubuntu. We are together, we do it together, we can grow and live together. And that is not only present in the way, in the Constitution, right? But also in the way that this country looks from the inside out. The next thing is nature and infrastructure, right? So I talked about infrastructure, but there's also underdeveloped parts of this country that make it so beautiful. Lakes, deserts, streams, creeks, waterfalls, mountains, seas. I mean, and animals galore, all of the big five, hippopotamuses, the lions, the lioness. I didn't even know there were wild dogs. They're here, right? This is the original place of humankind, like the cradle of humankind. You've got infrastructure and nature. Everything that you could need and desire in a country is here in South Africa. And it's why, folks ain't let up their grip on it, but it is the reason why South Africa is considered a capital state, or one of the capitals, or a capital of Africa. Is this resonating? Is this helpful? Please like this video and share it with someone else. And then the next thing that makes it future risk for people that are aspirational, that are committed to growth, that are innovative, innovation and technology and creation is happening here. Leaders of civil rights, humanity, democracy, forward-thinking, futurists, what it means for us to live collectively on this earth as human beings together as one equally, that is ingrained in the foundation of this country as it celebrates 30 years of democracy and independence. It is present, and it has welcomed myself and my family with open arms. And if you have a desire to experience South Africa, you will also experience that too. So these are the reasons why many will consider South Africa as a capital of the continent of Africa. And if you want to explore and learn more about what South Africa has to offer, I'd love to extend my personal itinerary, my travel itinerary to you. You can click the link below, get my travel guides. And if you have a desire to move abroad, splurge on the expat extras. It's worth it. It's got recommendations on neighborhoods, doctors, schools, and even ways to find affordable in-home help for yourself and your children. And I'm telling you, You will not regret it. In fact, I've got to go because dinner is being served. I didn't cook it, I didn't prepare it, but it's ready, and I'm so grateful because I live in the beautiful country of South Africa. So until the next video, I'll see you soon.